Dear woman, your physical appearance is the most important thing that will keep your spouse or your partner hooked to you for life. So please do whatever you can to make sure you always look good. That's another toxic patriarchal saying that we're going to be debunking today. So basically, they tell us that men are visual beings, and because they are visual, we need to paint ourselves and all that. But even if we go to the animal kingdom, most of the times the males, like the male lions, the male birds, they are the ones that look pretty, and they'll be dancing makosa so that so that they'll be picked by the female birds. So what are they trying to tell us? They say that they are visual, and we women, we need to be dancing for them. We need to dress up and all that. But at the same time, you still them coming out again and saying, wow, beauty is not every what we are looking for. We are looking for a woman that will respect us. A man needs respect more than food, more than water, more than sex, more than anything in the world. So even if you're not beautiful and you are very respectful, we're going to love you. Dear men, how many tongues do you have? And it's not even like we care about what you guys are looking for. You can go to the bush and dig and search and find what you're looking for there. Because we humans, we women, we have more important things to do than to be dressing up and prancing around for the gaze of men. Now, in the same vein, one party will say that when it comes to beauty, since we are visual, we are looking for the natural beauty. People that will, do, this kind of hair, people that are not doing makeup, people that are doing no lipstick, no whatever, just the way God made you. You know what? If you want to marry a wife, go first thing in the morning before she brushes her teeth. You will see her what she exactly looks like. Nya, 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 nya. And then some women will now be like, oh, maybe the men want the naturals, and then they will go natural. And then you see that when it's time for them to marry, they will go and find a woman that wears makeup, that has wigs and everything. And then, funny enough, they'll still bring her home only to humble her and force her into removing those things. So if you say that you like the naturals, why not stick with the naturals? Why do you have to go and deceive a woman that is not a natural, that you like her the way she is, and you bring her in? You see that there is just a whole lot of deception. There is a whole lot of confusion. They are confused. They don't even know what they want. Another thing I want to talk about is this. In our cultures and in society, there are so many beauty standards for women, but there is none for men. So you find out that men are mostly taught how to dress for success. So this is how you dress when you're going for interview or when you're going for this. Nobody will teach a man this is how you want to dress if you want a woman to be interested in you. But on the flip side, when it comes to women and how we are trained to dress for the male gaze. Okay, this is how you dress either to attract men, or this is how you dress so that you will not tempt men. It's all about men. What about teaching us women this is how you dress for success? Nobody talks about that. Because there are no beauty standards for men, you find out that the most unattractive, the rudest man will have women rushing after him for as long as he has money. And then, funny enough, also, even those that are rude, undesirable, and poor into the equation will still have women groveling at their feet, just to show you how deeply conditioned we women have been, right? They tell us no matter what, a man is a man. It doesn't matter how he looks, but how you look matters. Like if you watch some of these shows, like all this pop a balloon, this and that, you see men struggling in, like they just came from digging a pit latrine in one village somewhere, and then they're coming to come and say I'm looking for a 50-50 woman. I'm looking for this. But the women, a lot of them dress up fancy, and men will still be picking. We women will have suffered. Now, why you need to get rid of this mindset that you have to dress for men? It doesn't mean that you're not going to dress. So dress fine for yourself, make yourself happy. But you need to get rid of that, these beauty standards that they have placed for women. You'll find out that you end up spending money nonstop. You're buying wigs. Men have money. They will use those money to buy land, to do investment. Women have money. A lot of them will go and we are using it to buy wigs and to buy, wigs that are more expensive than land in some cases. We're buying makeup and all that. Like I'm saying, it doesn't mean that if you have the money, you should not use it. Please feel free. It's your money. But I want us to really take time and start going back to the nitty gritty and try to understand why is it that you feel the need to dress in a particular way. If you're doing it because it makes you happy when you look in the mirror and you feel like it accentuates your features and makes you just, happy, absolutely go for it. But if you find out that you're doing it because you're hoping that one man will notice you somewhere and all that, it's time to sit down and, make readjustments to how you think and how you see yourself. Another problem with this notion of women doing everything to make sure that they appear, beautiful and all that is that it objectifies us as women. The thing is, all body parts have functions. regardless of their proportion. So if you have a big nose, as long as your nose is breathing in and out perfectly, if you have small eyes or big ears, as long as those body parts are doing what they need to do, you need to celebrate them. There are people that have perfect structures and perfect proportions, but they have, so many kinds of sicknesses and ailments. And even if you tell them, okay, just take this biggest size nose or this, they will be very grateful. So we need to stop looking at ourselves based on what society has said. If they say, oh, what, sometimes they'll be like, oh, look at her big bulging eyes. And nowadays, I see people celebrate, oh, wow, look at those eyes. They're so big and cute. People even do makeup to make the eyes big. So you find out that the standards keep changing. One day they say they want women that are slim fit. Another day they'll say that they want women that are fat. So are we going to keep running up and down to please one gender who is doing nothing to, appeal to us as women? So it's time we begin to really think more deeply about these things. Celebrate yourself, whether you're tall, whether you're not that tall, whether you're slim, whether you're not that slim, whether you have any body part that you're not comfortable with. It's time for you to begin to look at yourself from the angle of, I am a spirit that is living in a body. This body is my vehicle and it helps me to accomplish whatever I need to accomplish. If my eyes are working fine, great, I celebrate it. So even if, okay, someone has a disability in any body part, let's say the eyes are not functioning well and the person cannot see, you find out that there are things to celebrate, because maybe people that can't even see, their ears become very much more attuned and perceptive. They can hear even what people with eyes cannot see. So these are the things we need to begin to think about. Celebrate yourself the way you are as a human being. And that is what I have been trying to do for myself. I do makeup and all those things. Yes, I do. But I've come to a place where I'm asking myself, what are the things that I'm doing just because society says I need to show up in this way? So this is how I show up at my workplace. I love myself just the way I am. It was a struggle for me. Not because I was dressing because I want men to notice me. No, but there were just so many pressures that were being put on me by society. And I told myself, you know what? I need to love myself the way I am. I need to be comfortable showing up like this. And it doesn't mean that everybody has to do it the way I'm doing. All I'm trying to say in this video is we need to come to a place where we are comfortable with ourselves just the way we are, instead of allowing men to toss us up and down and tell us how we should live our lives.